welcome back to my channel. My name's Tracy. If you're new here, then hi, and if you're an existing subscriber, then welcome back. It's lovely to see you again. I'm bringing you another cooking video. This is another Slimming World video. As some of you may know who watch my videos, I've been on Slimming World for 9 weeks now, and currently I've lost 1 stone and 2 pounds. Mine's coming off very, very slowly, but it is coming off, so just let's keep it on the positive. I've made this meal about 3 times before, and it's really nice and it freezes well, and I'm going to make it again today, so I thought I'd bring you along and show you how I do it. So let me show you my ingredients. So up here at the back, I've got some low-cal granulated sweetener, that's to go in the sauce. I've also got some salt and pepper. I've got some 2% fat turkey mince to make the meatballs with, obviously. And in the sauce, we're going to have some celery, some red onion, the most giant carrot I've ever seen in my life. In the meatballs, you put some ground cinnamon and some ground cumin. And in the sauce, it actually calls for 2 cans of tomatoes. I prefer it with 1 can of tomatoes and some passata, but I always tend to like add bits and take bits away. And something I'm going to be adding is some parmesan into the actual meatballs. On Slimming World, you are allowed 30 grams of parmesan as part of your healthy extra A. Obviously, so I'm going to freeze some of this. I'm going to use 30 grams, but I'm going to freeze some as well. So when I have the meal, I also put a grating of parmesan on, and I'm still not using my 30 for the day. So I just kind of split it. And also going in is some garlic. Calls for garlic cloves. Can't be bothered using lazy garlic. So let me get a chopping, and I'll come back and show you how I've got on. I did have everything spaced out nicely, and then I accidentally lobbed the parmesan on top. But in this bowl, I have got my turkey mince, my ground cumin, my ground cinnamon, the garlic, a good seasoning with salt and pepper, and I've just chucked in 28 grams of parmesan, because that's how much I grated as a guesstimate, and I thought, oh, that's close enough. So now I'm going to squodge all that together with my hands and then put it in the fridge to amalgamate, or let the flavours seep out a bit, and also to harden up a bit before I form it into its meatballs. I've got the carrots that I grated, the celery that I chopped, and the onion that I chopped in a frying pan. I'm just going to soften those down for a while. I'm doing them in my wok because it's just bigger for when I add liquid. And then I'm going to add the tomatoes. Oh, I also need to put some garlic in. So this is all sweated down now. That's the carrots, the garlic, the celery and the onions. To that I'm going to add the tomatoes. I've added the tinned tomatoes and also the can of passata. So that's a nice thick sauce now. I'm just going to let that simmer away for at least 40 minutes. I didn't put in the ingredients, but I'll show you now what I'm also going to add. As it's pretty much an Italian base sauce with the tomatoes and the onions and the celery, I'm going to add, you could just add Italian seasoning, but I don't have any. But Italian seasoning is marjoram, basil, oregano, rosemary and thyme. So I'm just going to add maybe 1/4 teaspoon of each to it, just to show you how much of the herbs that I've added. That's all 5 of them that I've just popped in. I'm going to stir that around, and as you can see, it's just on a little tiny low simmer, and I'm going to let that go for a good 40 minutes. With Italian type sauces, really the longer you can cook them the better. I know kind of people make spaghetti bolognese in half an hour, but I know that Italians cook it for about 5 or 6 hours, so it won't harm to leave it going. I suppose you could even do it in the slow cooker, but I've got mine on the hob, and I'm going to stir this in. I'm going to have to taste it, and I haven't put the granulated sweetener in yet. I'll do that in a minute. That really is just to taste. So it's about a dessert spoon kind of gets rid of some of the tomatoey acid, but it is to your own preference. Then I'm going to let this cook down, and then I'll get going on the meatballs. The sauce is bubbling away nicely now, and I've just rolled my meatballs. As you can see, I've got quite a few. They are, let me put my hand in just so I can show you the kind of size. So they're only kind of bite size, but that's my preference. I like to have, you know, a good few on my plate, rather than a couple of big ones, and also they cook quicker. I'm going to, now the recipe calls for you to now dunk them into the cooking sauce, but I like to cook them through in my air fryer. They don't take long at all, and they don't get kind of knocked about. They stay whole meatball sized, shaped rather, than getting bumped about when you're stirring the sauce. So that's my preference with them. So I'm going to pop them in there now. I hope you can hear me over the air fryer. I have shown it before. This is a Celery air fryer. So if you can see, I've put them on the chicken setting. The chicken setting is 195 degrees for 25 minutes. Obviously they don't need that, so I've dropped them down to 195 for 10 minutes, and then I'll have a look at them and decide if they need a couple more minutes or if they're done with that. I'll show you when the 10 minutes is up. So the meatballs have had their 10 minutes. I've just given them a little stir about. They're looking quite insipid in the camera, but I can assure you, sorry, I can assure you they're not. Let's grab one out. Let's grab that. Hold on, bear with. I'll just get a knife. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Where's the meatball gone? There it is. So as you can see, they're perfect inside, all cooked through, no pinkness, and that's exactly what we want. I'm not going to give them any more because you know that meatballs do, turkey mince can be dry because of the lack of fat. I'm not having this today. This is kind of for my dinners in the week, and I used to take it to lunch at work. I've finished work now. So once the sauce is ready, I'm not sure, let's just look at the sauce. I'm not sure whether I'm going to give the sauce a little whiz up with the blender. I have had this before, and you can see bits of carrot in it. So I think this time I might just try and give it a little blend and see how that is. It's nice as it is, but just to do something a little bit different. So I'll excuse me, so I'll let that finish cooking, and then I'll portion out the meatballs into little Tupperware tubs for dinners. It freezes up fine, the meatballs and the sauce, so it's really handy dinner. Oh, I meant to say as well, with the meatballs, you can, if you don't have an air fryer, you can cook them in the sauce. The recipe calls for you to cook them in the sauce, or you could do them in a frying pan, or you could do them in the oven. So there's lots of different options for you. Sometime later now, and I've just dished the turkey meatballs up into little like Chinese containers that I've saved after we've had Chinese before. I've got 8 meatballs in each container, and then a fair dollop of the sauce as well. When I go to eat them, sometimes I just have it with salad, and other times I like it with some fusilli pasta, about 75 grams. That's free on Slimming World as well. So this entire meal, if you use the Parmesan as your healthy extra A, part of your healthy extra A, is a free speed meal. That's everything. I can't show you it on a plate because I'm not having it for a while. I just wanted to get it cooked after my Tesco's delivery yesterday, but there it is. Thanks for watching, guys.